What's up everyone, it's Alicia here. Open at Austin has concluded and we're gonna go through both FPO and the MPO side. Disclaimer as always, there's gonna be spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled, there's gonna be spoilers. I'm gonna put timestamps on the video so you can check the FPO recap, the interviews, or the MPO recap, or the MPO interviews in any order you want to. I just want to make everything easier for you guys. But first we're gonna jump into the FPO recap of the final round and the competition as a whole. I have to say that it was an exciting final round, and I also have to say that one of the longest streaks ended. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. What happened on the final round of the FPO? Well, as you can see, well, you can't because I'm in your way, but there's no Kristin Tattar in the top 3. We're going to address that first. And Kristin Tattar was tied for 5th place. She was just somewhere else the final round, as she stated that nothing was going her way, and this is the result of it. +5 on the final round, +1 total, tied for 5th place. Some would be still happy about the tie for 5th place, but if you know Kristin Tattar's history, you can't really be happy about it. Let's go a little bit more in depth why Kristin Tattar landing outside the podium is a huge thing. Because the last time Kristin Tattar was outside the podium was at the PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships in June 22nd through 26th, 2021. Yeah, think about that. So that's why I'm talking about why this is a huge thing. And I think it's overall a great thing for disc golf, even though I'm a Kristin Tattar fan, but it just shows that she's human and she played badly. Even the best have off days, and this happened to be one of them. Congratulations Paige Pierce. Paige Pierce handled the pressure, and it's good to see Paige Pierce once more having success, because Paige has had a lot of difficulties. So it's great to see Paige Pierce handling pressure better than before and securing the 1st place. It was a close battle though, but Paige managed to pull it off. Congratulations Paige Pierce. The one thing I said in the 2nd round, that Catrina Allen can do wonders, and she almost pulled that off. -4 on the final round, secured her 2nd place, and as I stated, it's Catrina Allen. She can do basically miracles. The 2nd round was -6, and the last round was -4. If she got another -6, they would have been a playoff hole, but there's a lot of ifs there. This just shows what sort of a competitor Catrina Allen is. Tied for 3rd place, Jessica Wiese and Missy Gannon. Missy Gannon played an awesome weekend. Although -2, some would argue that that's not that good. But Missy Gannon is a solid top 5, top 3 player. So I said it in the 2nd round that Missy Gannon can battle it out for the win. And she wasn't that far off. Jessica Wiese, the first couple of rounds were okay. Like I stated in the previous videos that in Austin, if you play okay, that's actually a really good score. And Jessica Wiese played okay and played awesomely in the last round, and that secured the tie for 3rd place. Congratulations Jessica Wiese. But what does this mean going forward? Is Kristin Tattar now all of a sudden washed? I don't think so. I think this is just a bump in her road to another championship, and she will recover. Overall, the FPO side was entertaining to watch, especially the round 2 and round 3. The first round was really boring, but so was the MPO side. But the 2nd round was good, and the 3rd round was good. What is my overall score for the Austin course for the FPO side? I think it's okay. They just need to play it more, and we will see some huge scores in it. There's gonna be interviews from the winner, Paige Pierce, of course. And there's also going to be an interview of Kristin Tattar. After that, we're going to jump into the MPO side.
Paige, pretty good week here in Austin, Texas. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel great. Played good disc golf, got to see friends and family, saw some good music. You know, I actually did the Circuit of America bike night. Just every minute of every day was just amazing. It was so good to be back, and yeah, wearing the hat, it's just icing on the cake.
I love it. We got to get that thing sized up for you so you can wear it throughout the year. I've got a stat for you, Paige. Okay. You haven't won in almost 8 months since July of last year at the European Open. That's actually the longest streak of your entire pro career. Wow. Were you aware of that?
I was not. No, I was not.
what are you most proud of to get to return to the winner's circle?
You know, it doesn't feel like it's been that long for me. I won 2 majors and 3 pro tours last year. So like for me, like inside my heart, I knew I had a good season, but you know, like as the sport's growing, there's more and more voices and these interviews. It's like, hey, let me give you the stat. You just did the worst of your career, you know? And it's like, I try to forget about all of that and just enjoy my life. You know, disc golf has been my entire life. And so I've been trying to just, you know, like adventure off of the disc golf course and what other things do I like to do, and try to not make every single shot that I take so life or death feeling. You know, you can come out here and have a bogey and start crying or punch a tree or something like that. But I've done that for a long time, and you know, it's just nice. To answer your question, what I'm the most proud of is like the woes of my mental state throughout my career, but right now I feel like I'm in the best spot I've ever been mentally. So I think that's what I'm the most proud of, and being able to turn off those voices. Jeremy.
Yeah, and you know, the fans, the viewers at home, they can make the assumptions about what's going on with you on the course when they're used to seeing you winning, right? But from my perspective as a friend, you seem to be the happiest woman that you've ever been in your life. What's the secret?
Yeah, I feel that. I think it's just not, I know it's my job and it's my career, and it's funny to tell people that don't know about disc golf, like, yeah, no, that's my full-time job, you know? And so I know that, but to try to remember, like, it's my job, but like there's joy in it if you let it, you know, and not think of it as a job so much. Like, yes, I want to say that to people so they're like, wow, I can have a career in disc golf, but on the course, I don't want to feel like it's my job. I want to feel like it's my passion and my joy, you know?
Yeah, so taking us back through the start of this round, I'm going to go to hole 5. You have a 35-footer looking at the OB, and you seemed unfazed by the out of bounds, full confidence, and you sent that putt. Can you walk us through what's going through your mind when you're still in that close battle with Kristin?
Yeah, hole 5 is the elevated at the OTB basket. Okay, I wasn't really looking at OTB. Sorry, shout out to OTB. I wasn't really looking at the out of bounds. I was more on it, but the wind was kind of pushing me towards out of bounds. I kind of just told myself, you know, if you want to run it, I actually was thinking about OTB. I'm like, I got to give this a run on my sponsor's basket. But it also felt safe enough where I just gave it a little bit. And I thought that early in the round, if I show some confidence to myself and to my card, they'll know I'm here to play. I'll feel like I'm here to play. And yeah, it was a good, safe miss, I guess. But really, I thought the turning point was hole 12, my second shot.
And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about next. Early release with the Fierce, and you were over 330 feet away from the pin, low ceiling with OB to carry, and that's when I felt like you really put the hammer down with that up and down.
That was the moment I knew it was my tournament. Whether or not it was going to go my way or not was the question still, but I knew if I wanted it, I could win it after that shot. You know, I had the decision, do I want to lay up and settle for par, or do I want to put the hammer down? And I decided to do it, and it was, you know, probably the best shot I threw today. And so I was just super pumped, and, you know, like it was so much like joy, like just feeling like a kid jumping around and stuff. And around maybe like hole 9, 10 is when it started to like nerves, like, am I going to win? What do I do? Who, you know, so many cameras, like, you know, and so then to execute that shot when I was having those feelings was like, that was like the moment for me that I'm going to look back on.
Well, Paige, we just want to congratulate you, and I'm curious. You've seen quite a bit of music this week, but it's a beautiful day here in Austin, Texas. How are you going to celebrate this evening?
I'm headed home to see my family. My wife-to-be and my future mother-in-law, they're at my house, and my puppies. I miss my puppies so much. So I'm out of here, and you know, after I give some autographs to all the people in Paige Pierce hats and stuff. So really cool. So give some autographs and go see the fam and celebrate in Florida on the beach.
All right. Well, congratulations again. And I think, you know, you might fit in just right in Nashville with that new hat of yours.
I got to get it sized, but maybe it'll work.
Congrats, Paige.
Thank you.
For today's round, not the performance you were hoping for. Can you expand on how you're feeling right now?
I don't know, you are a player as well, you must know. I feel bad.
Yeah, well, can you, looking back, identify where you felt like it went wrong?
I think overall, just the poor performance. I feel like there was no aspect in my game that was working today.
And one thing that I noticed was the forehand, the misses with the forehand. Mm-hmm. And from my perspective, it looked like you weren't able to get the disc up to speed, and you were having to use a little bit more of your body to throw it into that shot. Is that due to the surgery or anything to do with the amount of time that you had to take off this off season?
To be honest, I don't know if I have an answer to that. I think I just had an off day today. I felt like sort of like out of energy. It was kind of hard to focus, and I think that's why everything went downhill.
Yeah, I mean, it is golf, and sometimes there's not really a reason. Sometimes we just, it's not working that week. And would you say that your preparation was different for Waco compared to here as far as, you know, where do you think that lack of energy might be stemming from?
To be honest, I don't know. I would have not been out of energy if I had known what the reason was. I don't know. I just felt off today, and I was trying hard to get things going, but I don't know. It didn't work out. Just bogey after bogey, and I was just trying to survive. To be honest, just to complete the round, and I just try to get some rest and focus on the next event, I guess.
Yeah, and so what is the next event for you, and what does the travel look like until then?
It's here in Houston, like in Texas, Houston. Tomorrow I'm just probably gonna rest. I know nothing about the course there, so I'm interested to play on it, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the conversation, Kristin, and we will see you next week in Houston.
Thank you.
On the MPO side, just as in Waco, we had an interesting last round. Austin Turner was in the lead majority of the round and probably could have challenged Gannon Buhr more if he didn't shot the double bogey on 17, which was a huge issue, and also a par on hole 18. But Austin Turner played an awesome tournament overall, and especially the last round. He can keep his head up high. Congratulations, Austin, for an awesome tournament. Let's talk about the winner, Gannon Buhr. I'm actually really happy for Gannon Buhr, especially because of like what's going on with Gannon Buhr and Brodie Discs. I'm really happy that Gannon actually took a win, and I think this is going to do wonders for Gannon. Gannon played really well. The final round was just a showcase of like Gannon's nerves of steel. I know like in the previous tournament he hasn't been the most consistent thrower, but this tournament shows that he can perform when it's needed the most. And I think Gannon overall did little to no mistakes in the last round, except the bogey on 15. But other than that, like, he wasn't phased at all what was going on in the other cards. He just kept his cool. And also, like, this is a proof of nerves of steel, throwing birdies on 17 and 18, especially on 17. That's not an easy birdie. We all saw that. So I think Gannon really deserved the win. And on the second place, you guys know this, and I'm really happy to see Simon Lizotte. The front nine, he was probably tied for 15th after front nine, but then something clicked, and Simon just started massacring the Austin course. Birdie after birdie, one hiccup on 13, but then shot an eagle on 16, minus 20, 2 strokes behind Gannon Buhr, second place. Congratulations, Simon. And I hope this ends the conversation about Simon being washed up for going to MVP, that it was a mistake. It doesn't matter what disc Simon throw. He's one of the best players, one of the best throwers, and one of the most entertaining people to watch. James Proctor once more, showcasing that he deserves more recognition than he gets. And this time he's tied for third. For the past couple of tournaments, it's been actually kind of interesting to see James Proctor pop up in the top. He's playing solid disc golf. Little to no mistakes, bogey free once more. I mean, he's just consistent. I would like to see more of James Proctor in the top. And if he keeps playing like this, we're probably gonna see a lot more James Proctor. Congratulations for the 3rd place. Especially considering who is he tying with. Calvin Heimburg, who also played a pretty bad front 9. Starting the round with a double bogey on 1. Having another double bogey on 5. I thought that, okay, Calvin is out of the question. But as Calvin does so often, he just started performing. And once more, tied for 3rd. I want to show you guys something about Calvin Heimburg. Las Vegas Challenge, 1st. Waco, 3rd. Austin, 3rd. We're gonna see Calvin a lot more throughout the season in the top, if he keeps this up. And why wouldn't he? As I stated, like, Calvin can just turn bad rounds around, can just like all of a sudden start slaying and just popping birdies left and right. I think Calvin will take a lot more podium finishes and probably number 1 finishes. Calvin is looking really deadly so far. Overall, the MPO side, except the first round, the second and the third one was really good, entertaining to watch. And the final round, the last 5 holes, I was clinching to my seat. Will Simon actually pull the offset and win this? But Gannon Buhr won, so I was also happy about that, because Gannon deserves it. But I would have been happy if Simon won it. But it was really intense and fun to watch as a spectator the final round, especially because the scores were so tight. And I hope they keep this up. We're going to Houston next weekend, and we're probably going to see another close, intense battle on the MPO side. And that's great. As always, subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified when I upload new videos. Like the video and comment down below, will a European win approach your event this season? There's gonna be an interview of your winner, Gannon Buhr, after everything, so check that out. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you guys on the next one.
Gannon, congratulations, man, taking it down from the chase card today. Tell us all how you're feeling.
Yeah, it feels great. First Elite Series win, which is kind of weird after when I won the major first at USDGC. Feels great. I had a good game plan coming into this week. I know a lot of people didn't like the course. I tried to stay positive about it and use it to my advantage. If I feel like I like it, it plays good in my game, I think I'm going to do the best, and that's what happened out here this weekend. And I never gave up, and made a lot of clutch shots towards the end.
Yeah, you strung together 5 birdies in a row to open up the back 9, and then a bogey on the 15th. And then talk to us and tell us how you were feeling when your attempt to cross the OB came up short on the 16th.
Yeah, that was difficult because I thought I put it like circle 2. It just like didn't fade. It was a really stiff headwind. It was like head right to left. So not only was it slowing it down, it was like beating it down as well on the Anheuser. I'm not great at throwing like powerful hyzers out of the hands, so I know I couldn't reach it on the hyzer line. Looking where I was sitting, after the bogey, I felt like I needed to really bounce back, and I'd been throwing that pretty good, every time I played it, and just like 5-10 feet short. So I thought it was pretty good. Squeaked that putt in left side, and got birdie on 17 and 18.
And can you talk to us about your play on 17? Is the over-the-top forehand shot something that you actually practiced?
Yeah, that's the only thing I practiced actually. Round 1, 2, and 3, I went over the top no matter where I was at. I'd probably go down the middle if I like really had to, but if I ever had any type of opening, I'd try to go over the top. I like the idea that no matter how you like, as long as you don't like shank it into a tree in front of you, you're gonna be down there and you're not gonna bogey. And that's kind of the main thing. I think I had 2 birdie putts. I missed one. I obviously made the one today. But yeah, I think that played into my game plan pretty well. I took into account that we had headwind on 16 and 17 plays this way, so I knew we had a left to right wind up there. So I had to get it nice and high out of my hand because it's going to get slammed. And then once it started to fade back, it actually carry. So I had to kind of play both angles, which was a little more difficult. That's probably the worst wind we could have had, maybe headwind, but put it down there, 28 feet, put it in, and got up and down on 18.
Yeah. And so this actually completes every level of victory for you for a PDGA sanctioned event, from C tier to Silver Series, Elite Series, and a major. What's next for you, Gannon Buhr?
Well, Alden was saying I don't have a major. I have an X major because it's at USDGC. So I guess win a non-X major. But I don't have a novice win. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to. I can't play down, unfortunately. So I'm probably gonna have to die without a novice win. But that's how it goes sometimes.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add to the fans here and to the viewers at home?
Yeah, I got a couple things. First off, I want to thank my sponsors, Prodigy and Titan Disc Golf. Big shout out to Titan owner Matt Schlebach. Many of you may know him from the USDGC win. He's a great caddy. He was there for the first like 2 rounds and 15 holes, and then Gavin ended up taking over because he had to catch a flight home. So big shout out to both of them. They helped so much and kept me, you know, in good spirits, level head the whole time. And the last thing I wanted to say, just real quick note, is like we have a Eagles Wings little like Christian ministry group, and we talked about, you know, giving God the glory when we play, and a part of that is not getting angry on the course, because like I said up there, you know, it doesn't matter if you're in front of 4 people or 4,000 people. You need to have a good, you know, you want to have people look at you positively, and that can work for any part of life. So I said no matter what happens, no matter how bad my shot was, to stay positive, because that's how I want it to look like. And you know, I think it was all meant to be just because of that. So I'm gonna maintain that moving forward. And yeah, huge crowd. Appreciate all you guys. Austin's amazing, and course was great. Can't wait to come back. Thanks, guys.